Alright, here we are looking at a Casablanca Spirit of Saturn, shown here with 5 blades and a light kit. The last Saturn I showed only had 4 blades and no light kit. So I got 2 of these off of Facebook Marketplace, and basically what ended up happening was they came with these designer gray blades, which is unusual for a Saturn, and designer gray is a very rare finish, and only one of them came with a stepped hang true, which I kept for this one, and I also need a new hang true screws as it only came with one. And basically they both had 5 blades, but the one had 4 because the other one had a blade that snapped while still in the seller's possession. The seller basically abused these fans almost. If you look at the light kit and it has that white glass piece in the center, the whole fan fully assembled was resting on that thin piece of glass, and by some miracle it survived. No cracks, no shatters, no chips, which I think is amazing given by how heavy this fan is. This is what it was resting on right here. All the Saturn rings survived, no problem. We will go ahead and start off with demo mode. That's demo mode, and as you can see, it wobbles a ton on the fastest speed. Let me go stop these blades. But here's the light from dimmest to brightest. That's the dimmest setting, and now we'll go to full. That's the brightest setting. And here's speed 1. This fan uses a W12 wall control, both fans, both Saturns that I got on the same listing both use W12s, but I sold the one W12 with the one Saturn I sold. I did sell the other Saturn. This one I'm keeping now. The other one was in pretty rough condition. The other one, I mean, they both have K55s in them. The other one had bad bearings. This one has good bearings. They both wobbled like hell. And the other one had one missing blade because 9 out of 10 blades survived in the seller's possession. But let's go to speed 2 now. Also, both Saturns were loaded with dust. The amount of dust I got off these fans, I had to take the housing apart. There was dust inside the motor windings. There was dust coating the IntelliTouch board inside. It was a mess. Speed 3. The wall control's just hanging by the wires. That's what that knocking sound is every time I change speeds. And basically this was another one of those IntelliTouch fans that the seller didn't include the controls. The seller actually wasn't home when I picked these up. It was some other person. I don't know what this person was doing. Doing work on the house or something. And I showed up a few minutes late to pick up these fans, and he was like, all right, do you know when you're coming? I have somewhere to be, and he was in a rush to leave. But thankfully, at the last second, he let me inside the house after contacting the homeowner, and the homeowner texted this other guy and permitted me to remove the controls from the wall. So I got very lucky on that one. But let's go ahead and bring it up to speed 4. The blades and blade arms themselves seem to be in good alignment. I think it wobbles so bad because the flywheels warped a bit. So if I ultimately wanted to fix the shaking issue, I would have to put a new flywheel on this fan, and I hate replacing flywheels. It's a pain. You gotta like remove the switch housing and all and hammer out the shaft. So I only replace flywheels if I need to, so I'm not really gonna bother with it on this fan. Maybe sometime in the future, but not anytime soon. I just don't have the time. Besides, this one still works. If this were to get a permanent install anywhere in the house, then I would replace the flywheel, but I don't see that happening. Let's do speed 5 now. bearings are very quiet on this fan. The other Saturn, though, those bearings were a mess. Alright, let's go to speed 6 now. I'll show spin down with the light on. Just by looking at that flywheel, I can see how warped that flywheel is. So that's definitely what's causing the shaking, not the blade arms themselves. Now, if the other Saturn had a light kit on it, like this one, I probably would have kept it. But that even then it would be debatable because that was missing this hang true. This is another one of those crappy listings that were advertised. They both had lights, but only one of them had a light. They said they have 2 identical fans and they both have lights. Well, they lied and only one of them had a light. If these people are going to make a deal and advertise something, they have to advertise it honestly. I can't even explain how many times I run into these false advertisements, but it ultimately wasn't that big of a deal. It's still a very good find anyway. But other than that, that's all I have for this Casablanca Spirit of Saturn.